Okay, number 40. Here's a great question. It seems, and we talk about this a lot in class, people tend to make statements about things that they believe, all the time based on one or two examples or, stories they've heard or whatnot. But, but when you look at data, data really tells the story. So, but you have to look at data the right way. And so that's what this problem helps us see. Marijuana and traffic accidents. Researchers in New Zealand interviewed 907 drivers at age 21. They had data on traffic accidents and asked the drivers about marijuana use. Here's the data on the number of accidents caused by these drivers at age 19, broken down by marijuana use at the same age. Um, so we've got the drivers and then marijuana use per year, and then accidents caused, okay, for the same drivers. So explain why a useful graph must compare rates, there's accidents per driver, rather than the counts of accidents. And that would be, I, you know, easy to say, I suppose, or when you look at it, if you said, well, if you just did counts, you'd say, okay, there were more accidents caused by people who never smoked marijuana than people who smoked marijuana. So therefore, you should smoke marijuana, and there will be less accidents caused, which is absolutely ridiculous, of course, but maybe not in this situation. But people make statements like that without thinking about what they're saying. Um, 36 accidents were caused by people who smoked 1 to 10 times 15 and 50 greater than 51. So we can't make a statement like that. We need to look at how many, what's the rate accidents per driver. And so let's go ahead and look at that and then make a graph of those so we can compare the rates. So uh, I've got my calculator on the side here. And for the never category, we have 59 out of the 452 drivers. So I'm going to put it right down here. 59 of the 452. So 59 divided by 452 is 13%. So 13% of the never smoked drivers cause an accident. Here we've got 36 of the 229. 36 divided by 229. 15.7%. 15 out of 70 is 21.4%. And 50 divided by 156. 32%. Okay, so here we go. Make a graph that displays accident rate for each class. So question is, what kind of graph do you want to make? Since these are, uh, well, let me ask you this. What kind of data are we talking about? We've got the percent of accidents caused based on which group you're in. Are you in the never smoked, the 1 to 10 times a year, 11 to 50, greater than 51 times? Okay. So now hopefully you're kind of thinking, well, if you're watching this, you probably had a question on it, but I want you to be thinking about that. What kind of data are we looking at? We're looking at groups or categories of people that smoke marijuana. How many times do you smoke marijuana, or how often do you smoke? And then these are the percentages of accidents that were caused by them. So this is categorical data. So the best thing is a bar graph. So you've got never. This is smoke per year. 1 to 10 times 11 to 50 and greater than 51. Okay, and then on the vertical axis is we're going to do the percent accidents caused. And I'm looking from 13 to 32%. So I'm going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, up to 30. So if they never smoked, they're involved in 13% of the accidents, or 13, yeah, percent of accidents. 1 to 10, 15.7. 11 to 50, 21.4. And greater than 51 times, 32. Oops. Percent. Oops. It's 32. Now, this way, now I can actually compare the accidents caused in with the smoking categories that they're in. Now, here's something that they make note of here, and that people often do. They'll say, "Well, gosh, look at this. Smoking more often causes you to be in more accidents." That may well be true, but just looking at this data doesn't actually show you that there's a cause and effect relationship. We actually have to do an experiment to show that, because there are other factors that might be involved here besides smoking and accidents, like how often you drive, how much you drive, and those sorts of things. So lots of different things. I mean, they said risk takers are more likely to drive aggressively and use marijuana. Your personality is probably the biggest thing involved in there as well. So lots of reasons why that you might have this sort of a relationship going on there. But at any rate, there you have it. Answer the question clearly, and we're good to go.